Sip Bliko, Sip GVK Raju, Sip Samatma, Sip Sudeep Bhargava, audio video Sudeep, Sip Bliss, Sip Gliko, Sip Atmatray, Sip Sagai Raj, Sip Kundan, Sip Ashok Nichani, Sip Tunil, Sip Pankaj. And the rest of you, namaskars. I can't see you all, but hopefully you can see me. And if you can see me, that's what matters right now. So, my dear friends, today the topic of discussion. Right? Let me see what answers. Do you have time for spirituality? I'm going to ask you, right? I'm going to ask you, do you have time for spirituality? And you tell me how much time you have, or then if you want to ask me a question, you can ask me a question. Sudeep Bhargava, do you have time for spirituality?
All the time in the world, sir.
All the time. So how much time do you have for spirituality?
Sorry?
How much time you don't? Where is the time when you don't have time? And I'm very busy. I don't have time.
No. I do work for the materialistic things also. But I mean, that is only a day. So most of the time, whenever like not doing those materialistic things, that time I spend in one of the other form of yoga. So that I try to maximize to the extent possible. Obviously, I cannot make it 24 hours, but to the extent possible, I always try to maximize it.
Okay. So, Bliko, do you have time for spirituality, Bliko?
Shivam.
Shivam, sir.
Actually, the question is a little bit tricky. Do you have time for spirituality instead of what is spirituality? I should understand what is spirituality. If I understand truly what is spirituality, then the question dissolves. Because whatever I do, whatever I experience should be linked to the spirituality, to the link we can establish through consciousness. All my experience is all possible because of consciousness. And the consciousness of truth, once we realize, whole life should be, all time, we should be in spirituality, directly or indirectly. So let me. This is not question of how much time you have. You have all the time. You can use maximum time.
No, but see, the whole world, if you ask the world says, I have no time for spirituality. Whenever I ask people, let's talk about spirituality, the answer is, you say, I don't have time for spirituality. I'm so busy with my work. I've got busy with my family. I've got busy with my business. I've got busy with so many income tax matters or so many legal matters. I have no time.
Yeah, that is ignorance, right? Because ignorance about spirituality.
If ignorance maybe for you, but for them, that is the reality.
Yeah, that is reality for them, yes.
In their life, that is the reality. So I'm asking each one of you, do you have time for spirituality? And if you have time, how much time?
I try to maximize my time for spirituality.
Okay, thank you. Ashok Nichani, I would like you all to volunteer. I'm asking names, of course, but I would like you all to volunteer and you tell me. So don't wait for me. If you all don't put your hand up, then I will tell a name. Ashok Nichani.
Shivam Sirji.
Shivam, sir.
Definitely, Sirji. Definitely, I have time for spirituality.
How much time?
A little more than 2 hours per day.
2 hours. See, Bliko, you are saying you have 24 hours, and Ashok Nichani saying I have 2 hours. So there's a difference. I don't mind. I'm just trying to bring out a point. So Ashok Nichani is saying I spend 2 hours in concentrated spirituality. According to Ashok Nichani, he's talking about concentrated spirituality. But
yes,
but let me see. Who else would like to speak?
Sirji, one more point.
Yes, sir.
Sirji, there are 1,440 minutes in a day.
Correct.
So out of that, where there is a will, there is a way.
Correct.
So we have to take our time instead of wasting our time on other gossip and unnecessary activities.
Yeah, but you say unnecessary activity, right? So for example, somebody may be spending time with their children or with their neighbors or with their neighbors. or with their social friends, and they say this is necessary. So then how do you differentiate whether it is necessary or not necessary? Just now, okay, I'll give you an example. Ashok Nishani, are you there? Can you hear me? Is my audio video clear? My audio video clear?
Sarji, you have to make a timetable.
Make
You,
a.
have to, you should have a timetable to devote time to everything.
So I'll give you an example just now. Just now, my cousin sent a message saying it is the 60th wedding anniversary of our parents. Please record a video and send us a video of how you have spent time with them and how you enjoyed spending time with them in the last 60 years. So what did I do? Did I take the video and start recording a video?
No, Sarji. It's not
What did
possible.
I do? What do you think I did? I told them namaskar. I didn't say yes or no. I told namaskar and I said this is a waste of time.
Okay,
So I don't, in very simple terms, I don't do anything that is a waste of time, as per my spiritual understanding of life. So I'm asking Ashok Chotwani, do you have? This is a very interesting discussion because all of you who wants enlightenment, Girish Kumar Swami, please come. Bliss, Sunil Chittal, each of you come out and tell me, do you have time for spirituality? How much time do you have? Do you need more time? Time itself is a question. Some people think time is passing, but some people think time is still we are passing. Time is not moving. No, the clock may be moving, but time is still we are passing. So, are we passing? Are we walking down the right path, or are we walking the wrong path? Ashok Chotwani.
Shivam, sir.
Sure, sir.
Sir, I have enough time for spirituality.
Okay.
Therefore, I am trying my best to live in Satchit Anand. Sir, actually, I have exit myself from earning, so I have enough time. I start my day with Dhyana Yoga. I am sitting in meditation, then going for walking and doing karma, distributing fruits and other items to needy people. In the afternoon, I am in Jnana Yoga reading books, sir. Again, in the late evening, I am attending Sadhu Vaswani Center in Bhakti Yoga. And always full day, I am trying my best to live in Prema Yoga, to see God in everyone. Further, I have disconnect myself to attending social functions, TV news, and pictures, वगैरह. So I can give more time to spirituality.
How much time in a day you don't give to spirituality? Suppose you're giving 24 hours a day. How many hours a day escapes and you don't, 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day is non-spiritual?
Actually, sir, I have no, there is no question of non-spirituality because I have no other activities, sir.
Very good. Then you are blessed. Then you are the luckiest man in this group. In this whole group, then you are the luckiest man. Because it's not easy to be in spirituality all the time. It's not easy. So sometimes my father will come and my father will talk for 30 minutes on a subject which is not spiritual. Clearly, it is not spiritual. 30 minutes is gone. But I am still obliged to spend that 30 minutes with my father. So I spend the 30 minutes with my father. It is not spiritual. But I'm conscious. I am conscious that those 30 minutes I'm doing my duty.
Yeah.
So I'm just giving an example. Girish and then Sunil Chittal, Kumar Swami. Thank you, Ashok Chotwani. Girish?
I do Shravanam for some time daily, and whenever I am involved in routine activities, I do Manana.
How much time goes away in non-spirituality? How many hours in a day you're, like I gave example, 30 minutes, I gave example. How many
Yes.
hours of yours is lost in this samsar because you are forced to, or your duty or your job, and you are non-spiritual? How many hours?
Some 8 hours.
8 hours. Good. I like the honest answer. Very important. It's very, see, you understand what I'm trying to do, all of you? I'm trying to make you all do a reflection of your life. Every day I told you this call must take us forward. If this call is not taking us forward, then I'm wasting your time, you're wasting my time. Everybody in this call must go one step
अरे
forward.
उसको बाहर निकालो, कांच को बाहर निकालो.
Okay.
कांच जो है निकालो.
Somebody saying nikalo, lekin Sunil Chittal aap bolo. Sunil Chittal, how much time do you spend in spirituality? Thank you, Girish.
Shivam Guruji.
Shivam, sir.
Basically, to worship God, I spend at least minimum 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So whether it is upasana, dhyana, or whatever it is, 12 hours go into doing my work and duty.
Yeah.
But I live a life where I divinize all human relationships. So even if the duty comes to me, I perform it as if it is a Krishnarpan, as I do it for the Lord. And what comes to me as a reward, or whether I like it or not, I accept it as a prasad. So now for me, spirituality means living beyond body, mind, and emotions. So that is according to me, it is 24/7 practice one has to do. But if you say upasana and do actual praying to God, or this thing, it normally lasts for 40 minutes to 1 hour.
So in 24 hours, how many hours you lose consciousness? Or it escapes from your hands?
Whenever I cannot.
Somebody makes you angry. Somebody makes you angry. Somebody makes you upset.
That reaction lasts for at least, now earlier it was to last for nearly 6-7 hours. But now if my body reacts or mind reacts to something which is like the anger or lust or anything comes in, I'm in a position to control it. It lasts for a few minutes or maybe sometimes for 20 minutes. But the mind is able to immediately withdraw, and the reaction, yes, reactive mind is there, but whenever it comes, it lasts for at least 20 minutes to 1 hour. Suppose anger comes up, or some jealousy comes up, or some sort of these emotions come up. They come up because the world throws it at you. So it is basically, instead of reacting back, I just gulp it down and try to manage it.
Okay.
Because the
Good.
emotions, basically these are emotions. It is not spirituality. I have to live the way the God tells me to live.
So I'll explain to you. I want others also to talk. I'll explain to you. See, when I talk to people, I tell people, you need to spend time on spirituality. Many people tell, I don't have time. I'm so busy.
No, that is discipline.
No. In our group here, obviously, people are coming on this call every day. There are people, they are spending half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours in spirituality. Some people are not coming. If you notice, some people, they come only Friday. They don't come every day. They don't have the ability to come. They say, yeah, we are busy, we can't come.
You cannot manage time.
So it's not about managing time. It's actually, we are not in consciousness.
Yes.
If we are in consciousness, then the challenge is, how can we be in that state of spirituality for 24/7? It's very, let me tell you something. It is, while Ashok Chotwani said, I'm there 24/7, it is practically impossible. Because it is, why I'm saying it is practically impossible, because the body, the mind, the ego will draw itself away.
Yes.
As long as we are human, we will lose consciousness. It may be for 5 minutes, it may be for 10 minutes. Like Sunil Chittal is saying, earlier I would be angry for hours together, 5 hours, 6 hours, and my mood would be upset. How often, now also we get angry. Somebody says something, we get angry. In spirituality, there's no anger. In spirituality, you watch the drama. So that is the ability to be in spirituality all the time. But there are people who don't have time for spirituality. They don't have time. What Girish said, I spend time in Shravana, I spend time in Bhakti. Sunil Chittal said, Liko said, Sudeep Bhargava, Ashok Chotwani. Everybody is saying. But that's because you're on this call. Okay, I'm asking you, do you know people who don't spend 1 minute a day in spirituality? Do you all know such people also?
Plenty.
Plenty. Plenty.
But
They
they
will
don't know what is spirituality. They just
no,
live in
they will
samsara.
I know somebody who will spend 3 hours making Ragan Josh. They will make that, they will take that mutton ka leg and they will spend 3 hours putting masala and that and cooking it and then eating with biryani, the Ragan Josh. Yeah, but for them, that is the pleasure of life. That is their paradigm. That's their perspective of life. Why should we spend time in spirituality? That's the next question we can answer before we end this call. What is the advantage? Are we mad people? Are all these people in this call mad that we are spending time in spirituality? Why are we spending time? Bliss, how much time you spend time in spirituality, Bliss?
I try to spend many time in spirituality. I always chose to be in silence. Rarely I listen TV or movie, and I
Don't
try
watch-
to understand.
watch-
I listen your
watch-
bedroom.
You don't watch some nonsense TV, some rubbish TV for 1 hour, 2 hours. You don't watch TV.
Not often. Not often. On 1 week, I can watch between 2 hours in
That's very
1
good.
week.
That's very
Yeah.
good. So,
And after, you know, I have a busy schedule because I work. I have my home to take care and my father to take care, and I go to hospital with him and everything. But I try to find time to be here with you and to learn about spirituality and understand everything.
okay, very good. Yogini, would you like to say how much time you spend in spirituality, Yogini?
Sure.
Do you have
So,
time? Do you have time?
yes, I do have time, but I don't calculate my time. Like maybe every hour for a second
No.
or for
How
1
much
minute.
time you spend in non-spirituality? If you can't calculate spirituality, how much time is gone in non-spirituality? In a day,
Yeah,
is it
when I'm
more than 12 hours spirituality or more than 12 hours non-spirituality?
I think more than 12 hours spirituality, but not 24 hours.
14, 16, 18, how many hours? 6 hours you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Or say, some people are sleeping
Morning-
7 hours. How many hours you sleep? How many hours you
8
sleep?
hours, sir. I sleep
8 hours.
8 hours
Why do you sleep 8 hours?
because I sleep very late.
So,
And
how many
I
hours you
wake up
need?
very late.
How many hours actually a person needs to sleep?
I heard from you 6 hours is okay.
Sunil Chittal, how many hours you sleep?
4 to 4.5 hours.
4.5 hours. Bliko, how many hours you sleep? Sudeep
7
Bhargava,
hours.
Bridget,
7
how many hours
hours.
you sleep? Huh?
7 hours.
Bliko, 7 hours. Sudeep,
Maximum 6, sir. Maybe 5.5
6
also times.
5.5
Maximum
hours.
6.
Bliss, Bliss,
Yeah.
Between 6 and 7.
6 and 7. Girish, Ashok Chotwani, Kumar Swami,
7.
7 hours.
6 hours,
Sir,
five.
Kumar Swami here.
6 hours, Kumar Swami. Yes.
Sir, 5.5 to 6 hours, sir. Ashok
5.5.
Gopal, sir.
Atmatray, how many hours you sleep? Atmatray, Ashok Tuchani?
Shivam Sarji, 6 to 7 hours.
6 to 7 hours. Atmatray,
1 hour, sir.
how many?
6 hours.
6 hours. So, so I'm just telling you. So, for example, less than 6 hours may not be good. I sleep sometimes 5 hours. It's not good. But I think more than 6 hours is a luxury. And more than 7 hours is a waste. So if you're sleeping more than 7 hours, not many of you said, except Yogini said 8 hours, but more than 7 hours, so already you're wasting 1 hour because there's no spirituality in that 1 hour. You're sleeping, you're knocked out. You completely knock out. So when you're knocked out, there is no spirituality, that's unconsciousness. True. So my dear friends, I have no business to interfere. You can sleep 10 hours. What's my problem? You sleep how many hours? But the hours that you have are responsible for the evolution of your soul. How much you have, suppose somebody asked me, why you asked this question? I said, because in this time that you have, you spend time in Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Prema Yoga. But Nidra, Yoga Nidra. Some people say, I spend time in Yoga Nidra. What is this Yoga Nidra? I don't know. Just a lot of people say Yoga Nidra. So I am in Nidra, I am Yoga Nidra. That is Dhyana Yoga, I understand. But this Yoga Nidra, that means I am sleeping in yoga. I don't want to argue again on this point, but a lot of people, there are many books on Yoga Nidra.
May I say something, Guruji?
Yes, yes, sir.
See, this is from experience. I have learned that meditation is actually conscious sleep. The more one person meditates, the sleep automatically, it balances for that minimum 7 to 8 hours, and you feel more energized, or like a power nap.
So, are you saying that we should call it? What should we call it? What should we call it?
Basically, you should do more and more meditation in the spiritual practice. If one is able to do meditation for a longer time, the sleep requirement of sleep naturally reduces.
But then also we still need that. We need that sushupti. We need that sleep.
Yeah,
okay, back to the main
is required.
subject.
At least minimum 4 to 4.5, 5 hours sushupti is required, because you have to go by the circadian clock.
Yeah, we are talking about deep sleep. We are talking about proper sleep.
Yes.
So, my dear friends, many of you are wondering, this topic is such. See, there are 2-3 ways to look at this subject. One, spirituality can be a lifestyle. Spirituality can be a way of life. You can say, I'm 24 hours spiritual. But is it really true? Are you 24 hours spiritual? You're saying that, but you're spending 2 hours because you went to buy a new ice cream that was released and it was only available in 20 kilometers away, and you took a bike and you were with all your friends and you're going to buy the new ice cream and you're saying it is spiritual. How it is spiritual? It is not, it is pakka, it is not yoga, it is bhoga. Let us not fool ourselves, because the more we fool ourselves, the more we are away from the ultimate goal of nirvana, of moksha. What is our goal? Our goal is very clear. See, spirituality, a lot of people think spirituality is going to the temple and taking the kirtan and the Rama, 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 Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, 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 and you become Krishna consciousness. I even don't understand what they talk, this Krishna consciousness, running in the streets of New York and stopping people, and they say it's Krishna consciousness. Okay, with all due respect to them, whatever they have got their own, their own way of doing it. But enlightenment is not an easy subject. Enlightenment is not some sadhu sitting in Haridwar with the long beard and doing mala jap, and they say from 20 years he is not woken sitting from that place. He's sitting there only from 20 years and he's doing mantra jap. Is that enlightenment? So today I'm back to you on asking questions, and I'm leaving you with a thought. How much time do you spend in spirituality? I'm giving you my own example. I try to spend maximum time in spirituality. Even when I'm doing something non-spiritual, it happens. In my consciousness, there is spirituality. Where I disconnect for moments. Even when I'm doing things which are my duty, which is not supposed to be spirituality, I'm conscious. That consciousness is spirituality. I'm only sharing my experience because I want you to also have the same thing. So now I am asking you, give me your problems. How is it difficult to be in spirituality all the time? Who would like to speak? Over to you. Questions or comments?
Sir, can I ask?
Yes, please.
When you're saying you disconnect in moments, so how do you do that, sir?
I disconnect.
Yeah. You are in consciousness, and when you're not non-spiritual, like you are doing some worldly work, and you are how do you be in spirituality?
By being in consciousness. By being in, suppose you come to me and on Monday and you start telling me how you like this new sari. I bought this sari from Dalli's, and when I went to buy sari from Dalli's, I was trying to talk to the salesman, and I was trying to explain spirituality, and he told me this is 80-gram silk. You're talking to me. I know, is this spiritual?
No.
It's not spiritual. I'm
No.
listening to you because you're yogini.
Yes.
But I am aware, I'm conscious that I'm conscious that my time is being spent with somebody who's talking something which is not relevant to spirituality. I'm conscious about it. And that is good. If I'm conscious, but suppose I start telling you, yeah, yogini, you know, I also had a sari shop and I used to go to, what is this famous, the silk place?
Nalli.
Nallis.
No, where they manufacture saris. I've forgotten the name also. What the silk saris where they are made? Salem and administrator where used to go for saris. So
Mysore. Mysore.
Kanchipuram and Coimbatore. So if suppose I slip away, suppose my mind goes with you and I start talking about my sari shop. I had the biggest sari shop in India. No, I don't want to talk about that. That is not spiritual. It is not benefiting my evolution. It is not enhancing my ananda. It doesn't give me true Satchitananda. It's an irrelevant subject of discussion. So even when we are in sometimes an irrelevant subject, or it may be suppose somebody very dear to me, I love somebody a lot, and I'm spending some time with the person I love a lot, but I'm still in consciousness. I may be with the person I love. Maybe we are having a cup of tea or coffee and we are talking, right? But I'm in spiritual consciousness. I'm not losing my spiritual consciousness.
Okay.
It does not mean that I should not have a cup of tea or coffee with anybody. That's why spirituality does not mean going to the Himalayas and sitting in a cave and spending the rest of your life there. I don't agree that is spirituality. That is a wrong way. That is a very wrong way to try to evolve. But on the other hand, if you start talking to some friends, uski beti kya hua, uski beti ka शादी हो गया, फिर शादी हो गया, फिर घर छोड़ के आ गई, देखो क्या है आज कैसा ये हुआ, you know what happened, दहेज में ये दिया, dowry में ये दिया. What's all that nonsense? Why are you getting lost in that? Or, for example, keeping company with people who are non-spiritual. That means every day you spend half an hour with a neighbor, and then half an hour the person will keep on talking to you about news on Ukraine and Moscow and war. What is the use? How will this half an hour every day talking about Ukraine war help you? So
you are trying to say that even if I'm losing that half an hour, I should not get into that person's talk, but be in my own consciousness.
Point one, you should not wait 30 minutes. In 2-3 minutes, you should get out of it. Point number one. Point number two, tomorrow you should not waste your time again with the same person.
Okay.
That is stupid.
Yes.
And point number three, you rather spend the 30 minutes in Dhyana Yoga, Jnana Yoga, watch a video, do Sravana, Manana, Nidhi Dhyasana, do Bhakti, do something which will give you Ananda.
Okay. Understood.
See, one more thing, I don't know if anybody wants to talk. You know, Sunil Chittal wants to talk. I'll give you 1 minute, I'm handing over to you. See, a lot of people ask me, why should we spend time in spirituality? Why? Do you know that the time you spend in spirituality is far more fulfilling, is far more blissful, is far more happiness than the time you spend in some faltu work? Suppose you're talking ha ha he he hoo hoo with somebody. You do ha ha he he hoo hoo. It will really give you happiness. After a few minutes, you start asking yourself, I'm wasting my time, I'm wasting my life. What am I wasting my life for? Where that ha ha he he hoo, where will it take you? Lot of people, lot of my friends, they call me, they say, we're having joke session, come. What joke session? What? How much time you'll have joke session? I'm not saying don't do jokes. Few minutes, okay. But don't make that a part of your life schedule. Because it's not helping you evolve. It's not giving you the consciousness of bliss. Whereas this journey can give you a lot of bliss. I don't know. I mean, if you are the right frequency, then you can I get a lot of bliss from this journey. I get tremendous bliss from this journey. Sunil Chittal.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Shivom, Sirji.
Sure.
When you live a life of a grahastha, that is as a family man, to fulfill your duties and obligations, certain things one has to do in life as a duty, perform as a duty. Second thing is sometimes your profession requires you to be fully informed about whatever is your profession. You know, if you are a finance guy, if you're not aware of the changes in the laws and activities, so you have to talk to people from a sense of gathering information which you require to perform your duties. Now, these things, when one performs, he should also have at the back of his mind. We can do a bhakti yoga, and do it by saying, "Oh, God is watching, so I should be alert while doing this job. I don't hurt somebody's feelings. I don't have that approach of antagonizing anybody." So this karma yoga is really, like Arjuna had to fight the battle. He fights the battle, but but that is his duty because that dharma yuddha had to be performed. So this concept of spirituality, as what we are saying, is spending time beyond body, mind, and emotion. Is basically what you do by way of dhyana and meditation and upasana.
Problem, Sunil, is this.
You have to devote the time for that. You have to take out the time for that.
Yeah.
When you are in karma yoga, I think we are forced to
see.
The pull takes you. The samsara takes you.
No, what you say is correct. I only want the people in this group to be conscious about one thing. Even Surinder Goel, I just saw him putting a message across like Raja Janak. Raja Janak was a Raja, but he was not involved in he was not busy with he was not worried about how much gold he had and how much his kingdom was being conquered. His kingdom was conquering other kings. No, Raja Janak was a king, but he was spiritual.
Detached.
He didn't give up the kingdom. He was running the. So what I'm telling you, suppose some of you say, "Oh, I'm busy. I have a job and I'm busy 14 hours a day, 12 hours a day in my job." Yeah, but then why can't you take a job which will be only 8 hours, and why can't you spend more time spiritually? Why are you trying to earn more money which you don't need? Suppose you say, "No, I take my own example. I had a big business. I had a very big business. I could not be spiritual. With the grace of the Guru and God, I was liberated from that business. If I'm telling you, if I was running a mall, if I was running a store, impossible. I was working 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. I was working. I didn't know the spelling of spirituality. And that was up till 2007. So we have to, why does the Upanishad say Vairagya? I want to do one session on Vairagya. One Sunday, one Friday, we will do one session on Vairagya. What is the importance of Vairagya? Because if there's no Vairagya, Dasi was talking to me yesterday, saying that my past karma is holding me back in my condition. I told Dasi, your past karma is not holding you back. It is your present. It is your present decision. Your past karma will unfold as things happening in your life. Suppose today I get cancer. If I get cancer, it's because of my past karma. But just because I get cancer, if I stop being spiritual, that's not my karma. That's my choice. If I get cancer today and I say God is cruel, get lost. Oh, Sip, go to hell. You gave me cancer, Sip, you go to hell. Then is that my karma? That is not karma. That is my choice. So we should not blame karma for everything. We should understand karma is what is unfolding in our life. But we have a willpower. We have a choice. We have choice to be in spirituality. Atmatra, I'm giving to you next, Atmatra. We have a choice to be spiritual. But it's a choice to spend. I have a friend who is a multimillionaire. He has got, how much money he has got, he doesn't know. He started a new business to make more money. I asked him, what will you do? He said, I enjoy it. Most rich people will give this answer to you. What they will say? I enjoy it. What are you enjoying? They're not enjoying. You are not enjoying. That is enjoying you. You are not enjoying that. That is enjoying you. How much stress, how much anxiety.
Actually,
zero spirituality.
Yeah. There is a understanding that I think in Mahabharata Vyasa has mentioned. What you do, karamana, is a karma. And whereas what is happening in life is kriya, which is unfolding by way of your prarabdha. So when the kriya prarabdha is like a road, and then you have to what your mind says. If with that kriya you say, Mama, I have done it, then it becomes your karma.
But Sunil,
So
just I
karma
see.
happens in the mind. I think there's a story in Mahabharata also. I think you referred. There was a priest and a prostitute. They were staying each other. And prostitute was always training her parrot to say Ramanama. And whereas this priest was going and doing his kriya because his life profession was to do the job of puja and all that, but all the time thinking about the lust that the prostitute was having. When both of them died, it went. Her soul was taken to heaven, and this fellow was. Then he questioned how I do, what happened, and then that the story, the moral of the story unfolds. Your mind is what is creating the karma.
But
Kriya is your prarabdha.
These are good stories, Sunil. But we are not talking about how the soul goes to heaven, and we are
No,
talking.
I was trying to make a point, Guruji.
No, your analogy.
Mama is
perfect.
I am the doer is a problem.
No, the analogy is perfect. Let me only say one thing. I was just saying, Sunil, Surinder Goyal's comment. A lot of you think that by doing your karma and by doing your duty, and you say, Lord, I surrender my duty to you, do you think you'll get moksha? Sunil and Surinder Goyal, if you like to
I'm
comment.
binding myself with a golden chain.
Because
the moment they say I'm not the doer, I think I'll get moksha because I will not get the credit. Golden chain also goes, the bad chain also goes.
No, because if you just do karma and say I'm surrendering to God, but if you are not enlightened, if you do not have pirlu, if you do not have
magic, pirlu and magic is a 100% requirement.
Yeah. So I let us not fool ourselves. Surinder Goyal, with all due respect, you can do your work in that. See, this is why sometimes I respect Bhagavad Gita a lot, but sometimes people take refuge in the Bhagavad Gita and they think, no, I'm just giving all work I'm doing for God. Oh God, Krishna consciousness, you take care of me. I am praying, I am doing everything for you, my Lord, and you die. You think you will be enlightened? You will get moksha?
No, you have to, again and again you have to come back.
You have to come back. Atmatray, thank you, Sunil. Atmatray.
Sure, sir.
Sure.
Sir, today I seen on my Facebook account some unwanted friend request. So I was in conscious. That's why immediately I unfriend them. That it's your grace, sir. That's why I can.
Atmatray, you did very good. Let me tell all of you one thing.
Okay.
I come and I try to tell you. To some people, I may be like a barking dog. I may be just do bow, 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 and I may be going. To some people, you take my words seriously and you follow. It is your benefit if you follow and if you believe I'm telling the right thing. If I am not here to tell you the wrong thing, because I don't seek anything from you. I'm not seeking anything from you. My only expectation is that I show you the path.
Yeah.
For example, today, I'm trying to make you conscious of time. Today's call. How much time you are spending on spirituality? I have left you in the next 2 minutes. I will be gone. I will be gone and I will see you after 24 hours. But every 24 hours, what do? I come like a ghost. Ding, 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 ding. Ask care. Some people, they will be in the kitchen and they run from the kitchen. Hey, ask care. They're making paratha, they're making pakoda. They leave the paratha and the pakoda and they come running. 8 o'clock. And some people, they say, let that fellow go to hell. Today, let us not worry. And some people who think that they please me, they come on the call and they switch off the video and they remain in the audio, but they switch off audio and video and they are actually eating paratha. How does it matter to me? Does it matter to me whether you are on the call or you are not on the call? How does it matter to me? It matters to you. It matters to you. You are the one who are on the call. You are the one I cannot be enlightened for you. I cannot make one cup of enlightenment chai and give you. I cannot tell you, Girish, I'm making one special Kashmiri Kawa enlightenment chai. You have this Kashmiri Kawa chai, you will be enlightened. That's why some gurus, I like this gurus, no? The guru will come and say, you don't worry, I'm putting my hand on your head. My hand is on your head means you will be enlightened. You will go. And people also believe the guru and they say, oh, my guru has put hand on head. That's all. So, my dear friends, try to spend 24 hours in spirituality. Try to make spirituality a lifestyle. Because you give 10 minutes to non-spirituality. You give 1 hour. You give 2 hours. But don't let your life, don't try to tell yourself, I'm giving 4 hours to spirituality or I'm giving 8 hours to spirituality. This is the biggest mistake. From today, try to live a spiritual life for 24 hours. You can't. Then from the 24 hours, you say, okay, 10 minutes I'm giving for waste of time. 10 minutes I'm giving for some time pass. Some friend is coming and sitting with me in Starbucks and having coffee. 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, you should tell him, if he doesn't go, you tell him, actually, my stomach, I have a bad stomach. I have to rush to the toilet. And you run away. You don't have to sit more than 20 minutes. If you don't know how to give good excuse, you tell, I have stomach upset. I have to go. This is not a lie. This is for spirituality, right? So you say, I have got a stomach upset, and you run away after 20 minutes. Because if you keep on spending your time, wasting time in non-spirituality, that is a disaster. That is a disaster. So today I'm leaving you with this thought that be in consciousness all the time. Be in Sat Chit Anand. योगी जो योग में सदा ही रहे, प्रभु के योग में रहे, संसार की माया में वो ना अटके, सदा योग में वो रहे, प्रभु की प्यास हो सदा. Remember this. प्रभु की प्यास हो सदा, प्रभु से प्यार वो करे, योगी वो है जो माया से बच के रहे, प्रभु के योग में रहे. I bow down to you. May you all be in yoga all the time.